All right, we'll stay with the county treasurer. We'll start with Sue Saunders on the Republican ticket.
My name is Sue Saunders, and I am running for the office of Tyler County Treasurer on the Republican ticket. And I'm a new face to Tyler County. Jerry and I moved here in 2005. We were homeless until after Rita went away because we bought a mobile home and we had to open the roads for us to move in. So our first 6 or 8 weeks in Tyler County, we were homeless people. Of course, I'm married to Jerry. If any of you have what I call Scannerville, if you listen to Scannerville, Jerry is the only male dispatcher in Tyler County. He works with all women. And I say a prayer for the women every day. We've been married for 45 years. We've got 3 grown sons. My oldest one is Scott. He lives in Plano. He's got his bachelor's degree from North Texas. He's got his MBA from Texas A&M Commerce, and he works in online advertising in the Dallas area. My middle son is Sean. He's got his bachelor's of music, and he is a choir director in Rosenberg in Lamar Consolidated Independent School District, and he also received his master's of education administration this past year. So he and I have the same master's degree. My youngest child is Stephen. Stephen opted not to go to college, and we encouraged him to do that, but he went to the college of Uncle Sam. He spent 3 tours of duty in Iraq and was recently discharged with a medical disability because he has PTSD, which so many of our returning veterans have, and he's been diagnosed with TBI, traumatic brain injury. So when we talk about veterans, they're near and dear to my heart because I've got a wounded warrior, and they need all of our support that we can give them. I graduated from Port Neches Groves. I was born and raised in Jefferson County. Knew all of the people down there, and I went to Lamar University, stayed at home, got my bachelor's in education with an endorsement in mathematics in kindergarten, so I could teach the high school kids and the little bitty kids. I opted to go midway and do junior high for 35 years. Then I went back and got my master's degree in education administration because I thought I wanted to be a principal, and I decided being in the classroom was a lot better than being principal. I retired after teaching 35 years. I taught 17 years in Nederland, 11 years in Midland, and we just happened to be in Midland when George W. Bush was running for president, and of course our children attended high school there, and they got to go to the inauguration parade and march in the parade with the band, so we were there during the Bush years. I also taught in Denton High School 3 minutes is up?
You got a little bit left.
Okay. Oh.
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Why do I want to be treasurer? Well, since I have 6 seconds, I just feel like it's time that we have a change, and I would like to be your new county treasurer. And if you feel that way, please vote for me.
Thank you, Ms. Saunders. And we're going to go on to, still with the county treasurer, Kathleen Burgo.
Thank you everyone for coming, and thank Texas Businesswomen for having us here tonight. I am new to the county. I've been here about 2 years, and I am running for county treasurer. And I've been asked multiple times, why do I want to be county treasurer? Well, frankly, I believe I have the skills and the knowledge and the experience working in the county for the last 20 years, and I believe that has prepared me for all the duties of a county treasurer. I understand they work with the county commissioners in dispersing funds as needed, and I have worked with invoices, collections, deposits, getting the funds in the right allocations, and doing the bank reconciliations. And when there's a problem, I like to find it. I like the details and try to figure out what the problem is. So I've also worked with vendors and invoices and solved problems with those and make sure they get paid on time. I've been treasurer for the Property Owners Association for the last 2 years, so I've done all of the skills, all of the banking and the invoicing and the deposits and withdrawals for the board of directors and the property owners, so they have an accurate record of where their money has gone. So I would just say thank you, and I appreciate it if you'd vote for me.
run over by. I'm just reading the paper here. Okay, then we will go on to our, what we got next? Our county commissioner, precinct 2. We're going to start with our incumbent, Rusty Hughes.
I'm Rusty Hughes, and I'm running to seek re-election for county commissioner for precinct 2. Been county commissioner for 15 years. This is going to end of this term, be 16 years. And I feel like through the years of my experience, I'm well qualified for the job. And through all these years that being county commissioner, we've had a lot of grants and things that we've worked on and got applied for infraction for the county. And in fact, we just signed a contract on some more grants for road and bridge work that'll start sometimes in early spring. And we're applying for some more grants through NICDOT for some more road work that's supposed to be done. And see, these grants is not easy to obtain. You know, some of them take maybe years for them to come through, but not only through myself, but through the other commissioners and the county judge and other people. Other counties sometimes will start and it'd be just too much to them and they kind of quit, but we don't. We stay through them till they come through for us, and so far they have. And our industry, we work very hard to get industry in here to Tyler County. We've got 2 plants now, and one is operating, the German pellet plant, and the biomass plant will start up sometimes this year. And I think that's a big plus and benefit for Tyler County because people can go back to put people to work and it'd be very good for the county. And another thing I said, I make one promise that I'll do the best of my ability with what I have to do with it and what funding I have to work with. Thank you.
And running against him is going to be Terry Riley.
I don't need that. I'm loud enough. My name's Terry Riley. It'd be an honor and privilege to be your commissioner for Tyler County Precinct 2. I'm married to Melissa Riley. God help her. I have 2 children. My daughter graduated from Woodville, and thank God she graduated from college in May. I have a son, Cody Minner Riley, that's graduating next year from Chester ISD. I own a small family business here in the county for over 28 years. I also work under 2 judges, 2 district judges, a county judge, and the sheriff for Tyler County, where I'm acting as captain with the sheriff's office under courthouse security. As my small business is, I do budgets, administrative duties. I'm familiar with county procedures, grant applications, because when I was a constable, I had to do several grants to get things for my office. It'd be an honor to serve you, Tyler County Precinct 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Okay, we'll keep going. And Jack, you want to say anything?
No.
You already said nothing. Tricia, you say anything? All right.
I pray for all of us.
You pray for it? That's it. That's what we need. All right, then we're going to start with the Justice of the Peace, Precinct 2. We have 3 opponents in this race. We're going to start with Mr. Greg Dawson.
Hello, my name is Greg Dawson. I am the Republican candidate for Justice of the Peace, Precinct 2. I've lived in Tyler County off and on for the past 8 or 9 years, I guess it would be. As far as my qualifications, I spent approximately 30 years with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, promoted through the ranks from correctional officer, last serving here at the Gibb Lewis Unit Facility for 5 years as senior warden. I've spent my entire adult life working in criminal justice and corrections. I've served as a police officer. I've served as an administrator of a state facility, a county facility, and under contract with the Department of Homeland Security on a federal facility. I've spent a lot of time dealing with Code of Criminal Procedures. I understand the law. I understand what the police officers need as far as making their points on a criminal search warrant, and would be able to provide them guidance to make sure that the county does not become liable for any incorrect action that we may take as a county. I understand arrest warrants and the process that goes through. Those are very key and important functions of the justice of the peace. One thing that I neglected to say was my lovely darling wife, who has followed me around through my entire career, is here, Martha Dawson, my high school sweetheart. We met when I weighed about 145 pounds and had long hair. And her daddy hated me. But I've had her longer than he has, so I guess I won. We have one daughter, Callie. Callie went to school here. She graduated from Warren. We raised her and brainwashed her to be an Aggie. And I'm very proud to say that she is now a junior at the University of Alabama. So we did very well there. But I do appreciate your support. I promise you that I will do everything within my power to make everyone proud. I do understand. Oh, that's a sign. That's my sign. I do understand the human consequences and what the consequences are for decisions made in this office. I've made decisions about people's lives for the past great number of years, and I do understand those consequences and what the long-term effect of those can be, and I assure you I will not take those duties lightly. Thank you.
And then keeping with our JP precinct number 2, we're going to go with Royce Hill.
I'm number 3 on the ballot, but they put me number 2 in position. I'm Royce Hill. I was raised in Livingston, Polk County, Texas, in a little town called New Willard, sawmill town. When my mom and dad got enough money, we moved closer to Livingston, and that's where I graduated from high school. Graduated from Sam Houston State. I was commissioned a second lieutenant when I walked across the stage to get they mailed me the diploma. They didn't hand it to me. I was in the Army Reserve for 8 years. I came out as a captain in the infantry. Tough 8 years being in the reserves even. Like girl, I married my high school sweetheart, except I started dating mine in the 7th grade. We've been married 46 years now, going in 47. She couldn't make it tonight. I think we got a grandchild that needs to be watched over, so she went that way and I came this way. I worked for the Caterpillar dealer for 25 years, from salesman to sales manager. I left there after 25 years and started a little company down in Hillister called Hillister Tractor. We were the forestry dealer for forestry equipment, and I ran that for 10 years, and then we sold it out to Lonnie Grissom with Game Tejas Equipment. I went to work for several other companies, and I actually retired on September the 6th, which was Friday, from Caterpillar Auction Company. Got a call Saturday and went to work Monday with a John Deere dealer. So, real unique situation. I work out of my house out on 190 West. I have a computer and a telephone. and all I do is buy and sell equipment. I thought about this this job of JP at Precinct 2 for, 6, 7 months before it became time to where you sign up, and I visited with people all around the area and asked them what they thought, and they said I needed to run. I said, okay. So I went out and I bought 25 signs. Greg bought 100. Mike won't even say how many he bought.
150.
Oh, come on now. But anyway, I would appreciate your the opportunity to serve, and I'm a vote for you if you think I'll do a good job. Thank you.
Not many. 150 signs.
Several thousand cars, about 20 of these magnetic jobs. My name is Michael Magnus. It would be an honor to serve as JP for Precinct 2. My best qualifications, I think, come with my experience with the prison, 20 years as a chaplain. In that position, my job required me to be responsive to all of the 2,300 inmates, the 700 employees, and the families of all of those, which easily escalates into 15,000 plus people. So I'm used to being called on the phone spontaneously, and especially with respect to crisis. I have 3 earned degrees, including the terminal degree in my field, and thousands of hours of training, some required by the state, and much of it optional through various crisis intervention. You can see a lot of that at my website at manus.info. I love the county, and another one of my assets would be that I'm involved with many of the organizations here in town. I cherish my 20 years. I just got my 20-year certificate for being with the Lions Club, and I've been treasurer with them for the last 10 years because I love to serve. I'm a Mason and past master of our lodge because I love to serve. I'm a member of the Eastern Star and past patron for that because I love to serve. And I'm a member of 7 or 8 other organizations statewide and nationally. I'm also a card-carrying member for the Republican National Committee and the Texas Republican something or other for there, and a few other things, because I believe in the Republican platform that believes in the Second Amendment rights, among other things, and civil rights for everybody. I've talked with at length with our current JP, Judy Haney, and I've talked with Sturrock, the previous JP, and don't think I could improve upon their character or their integrity. I've known both of them, and I've heard a lot of things about accessibility, and I cannot question anything that they have done and would look forward to learning from them. I also understand in 2007, how much time do we have?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
And counting.
With respect to arrest and search warrants, one of the key responsibilities there is determining whether it's valid or not. And with respect to inquests and deaths, there's not too many truancies because JP2 only handles Chester, doesn't handle Woodville. With respect to tickets and citations and everything, I would want to, 5 seconds. God bless you. I'm running for JP2.
Okay, then we'll go to JP Precinct 3. Is Milton here? Kirk, would you like to say a word?
Yes, ma'am. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kirk Brown. I live in Coltsville, Texas. I was in the timber business for about 18 years. In doing so, I was able to travel through many different counties and seeing different things. and it was a little different in Tyler County. I decided in '99 to seek something else, so I went down and worked in two different construction companies down in the plants. And down in Chambers County, it's a totally different world from what we have up here. As that window closed down there, another one opened up here for me to join the county. I've been there 4 years now. Tyler County is my home. Tyler County is in my heart. There's no place like Tyler County, I can tell you. It's totally different everywhere else. And I would love and appreciate for y'all to vote for me, just as a priest, thank you.
Mr. Moore here, precinct 4. Yeah, that sign's probably not gonna hang there, so. Okay, then we'll move on to our criminal district attorney, and we'll start with Louis.
How loud this can be. My name is Louis Cloyd, and I'm running for the office of criminal district attorney. I'm running as a Republican, and I grew up here in Tyler County. I graduated from Warren High School many years ago, and couldn't wait to get away, and had a surprise late in life, my son Riley, at 44, and couldn't wait to get back so he could be raised here. I've been with the criminal district attorney's office for 7 years. I've been a lawyer for 23 years. I've been first assistant DA for the last 5 years. I have knowledge in pretty much all areas of the law, which is important in our office because we don't just do criminal work. We do everything from advising the commissioners on property disputes to easements to probate, anything. And also when we do seizures, that's civil. There's a little mix of everything in our office. And we're criminal district attorney, which means we do everything from speeding tickets to capital murder. I've prosecuted hundreds of cases, anything from a DWI to a murder case. Been very active in the community these past 7 years. My son played t-ball and baseball, and last year he was in the Tyler County Dogwood Festival. He was the ring bearer. Thank goodness, not the scepter. He played swords in the back. But I'm also a member of the Lions Club. I am the president of the Republican women's group here in Tyler County. I'm also a member of the Chamber of Commerce. Let's see, what else am I a member of? There's too many things to list. I volunteered in one school. Yeah, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. Yeah, business women group, and I volunteered to speak at the area high schools, have for the last 7 years, and we go around and talk about different things, whether it's bullying, drugs, dating relationships, whatever it needs to be done. I've been a speaker on behalf of the Garth House many times, also the Rape and Suicide Crisis Center of Southeast Texas. I've also been a speaker for the Women's Expo, most recently in Jasper, which was a big thrill. And it was a great turnout next year. If any of y'all get a chance, it was in Jasper, it was great. I believe that it takes certain qualifications and certain characteristics to be the criminal district attorney. Honesty, integrity, but most importantly, passion. Passion for your job, and also passion for the victims of crime. And I am very passionate about especially children and the elderly, because we are their voice. So if you want a prosecutor who's tough on crime and fair on justice, then please cast your vote for me.
Terry did this, and I'm going to do it too. I have a loud voice, so I don't think I need a microphone. If you can't hear me, raise your hand. My name is Dan Hunt. I'm running for district attorney here in Tyler County. I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I'm from Fort Worth. I grew up in Fort Worth. I attended Texas Christian University. I earned a bachelor's and a master's degree in business at Texas Christian University. After that, I opened a small business in Fort Worth and ran that business for about 5 years. At that point, I'd always had a passion for the law, and I decided it was time to go back to school, and so I did. I went back to law school. In my search for a law school, I searched all over Texas and was admitted to several law schools in Texas. None of them would give me a scholarship, but a school in a foreign country called New Jersey gave me a scholarship. So I moved to New Jersey and lived there for 3 years. When I got back, I worked with Johnson County Attorney's Office as a prosecutor for 7 years. At the county attorney's office there, I dealt with child protective services cases, prosecuted traffic tickets and truancies and things of that nature in JP court. I prosecuted adult misdemeanors. I prosecuted juvenile crimes. Juvenile services handles juvenile crimes, and they're handled a little bit differently than adult crimes. You're not called a defendant. You're not convicted. It's done a little bit differently to try to rehabilitate the child as opposed to prosecuting an adult. But it's done under the same legal system. So I prosecuted in the juvenile crimes. I prosecuted everything from truancy all the way up to murder cases. There was a young lady who's actually in prison now that I prosecuted who killed her grandfather, she was prosecuted as a juvenile and spent time in Texas in the TYC, the Texas Youth Commission, and then when she became an adult, she was transferred over to TDC. So I have prosecuted all levels of crime. I've been a prosecutor for a total of 10 years. 3 years ago, my wife, who's here tonight, Carrie Hunt, she got a job here with the Court of Appeals down in Beaumont. So we moved to Southeast Texas. I wish I'd discovered Tyler County a lot sooner, because it's God's country. I tell you what, I thought we had trees in Fort Worth. I was wrong. But I came down here. Joe Smith was good enough to give me a job, and I appreciate that. He's let me prosecute all types of crimes. I've been here 3 weeks. I prosecuted an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That man's in prison now for 30 years. And that case has actually gone through the appeals court and been affirmed. So I've prosecuted a total of 10 years at all levels. I have a business degree and operated a business. So I have the experience, both administrative and on the legal side, to be your district attorney. I'm asking that you vote for me. I have a website, danhuntforda.com. You can learn more about me there. And later on, I think we're going to have questions. So I'm asking for your vote and your support. Thank you.
All right, is the Judge Blanchett here? Cheryl Pounds? Donnie's couldn't make it tonight. Okay, I think we've covered all of our local county offices. Have I missed anybody? I don't think so. We're going to start with our national state representatives and candidates as well. We're going to start with Rita Ashley. Her representative will be here.
My name is Shalyn McBroom. I'm here for Rita Ashley, who is running for State Board of Education, District 7. The State Board of Education has several responsibilities, but in the interest of time, its number one objective is determining the curriculum for all subjects from pre-kindergarten to grade 12. It is the most important and the most time-consuming. The State Board of Education must develop high standards in its curriculum, ensuring every child in our state is preparing to become a self-reliant, job-holding, tax-paying citizen. This is the purpose of providing education. As a teacher, Rita believes it is never too early to start upholding these standards. With over 25% of students dropping out of high school, we are obviously not getting through to our kids. Nor are these kids seeing the relevance in the education they are receiving. Making sure there is relevance in education and making sure our graduates are college and workforce ready is not an option or a goal. It has become a mandate. And by relevant, she does not mean watering down the rigor of the course. They say over 1,200 people are moving into Texas every day because we have the economy that drives jobs. We need to make sure those jobs are going to our graduates first. They are that our graduates are prepared for our job market. As a small business owner who hired high school graduates, Rita can tell you education is the key. As a past clerk for the House Public Education Committee, she can also tell you that this is going to take a lot of work. Rita is thankful for HB 5, a bill that passed both chambers unanimously. HB 5 decreased the number of tests taken in a semester, allowing more time to devote to the curriculum and less time spent simply preparing for tests. HB 5 involves parents and graduation decisions, and HB 5 also gives students another choice besides college bound or dropping out. Rita has been involved in education for over 30 years, giving her a unique understanding of education from the classroom to the committee room. She has the skills and the qualification and the drive to work necessary on HB 5 to ensure we are a strong economy because Texas provides a first-class education. President Obama's Common Core curriculum has no place in Texas. We can do better. Rita is asking for your involvement and your voice. So, on March 4th, when she's run on the Republican ticket, remember Rita Ashley. If you're hungry, there's some M&Ms in the back on your way out. And for more information, go to ritaashley.org.
You're going to go far. You bring food, you go far. Okay. Would you come on up this way?
Can I say something to Mr. Bradley before I speak to Mr. Minister? I just want to say a word on behalf of David Bradley, who is the present State Board of Education member. David is a true conservative. I know some people find him brash. Some people find him difficult to deal with. Some people find him very hard-headed, but that's what makes him a really good board member. And he has fought the conservative cause for more years than I'm even aware of. And while I know that a lot of our people who've been in office, our incumbents, need to go, he is not one that needs to be replaced because he has fought the good fight and will continue to do so. Thank you. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight on behalf of Colonel Jim Engstrand. He is one of 12, and I tell people it's candidates, not apostles, that are seeking to be your next congressman from Congressional District 36. My name is Lydia Damerl, and I reside in Orange County. I've spent the last 36 years promoting conservative Judeo-Christian values and working for candidates who do the same. My husband's named Terry. He is a Vietnam veteran. He and I met Colonel Engstrand in 2011. We were impressed that he had the same values as we do, and he also was concerned about the direction that our country was headed. He's been active in local, community, and national politics in Texas and other states since he became an adult. In 2012, we had a dozen candidates, and he came in fourth. Again, we have a dozen candidates, and we'd like to see him come in first. During this time, over the last 2 years, he has been helping a fellow veteran to rebuild the Christian Coalition here in Texas. I don't know if some of you are aware, but it had kind of gone down, and so he's been helping rebuild that. And when he found out that this seat was again vacant, he decided he'd try again. He brings values, work ethic, and a tenacity that has been tested in battle when he served in Iraq, as he did not retreat when he was attacked by this administration for standing for his principles. The administration's attack was ended and the colonel was promoted. He has spent 26 years in the military. He has served as an enlisted infantry soldier, infantry officer, and has spent 2 decades as a medical officer dealing with emergency preparedness. He is the only candidate that has the combined experience to represent the needs of both rural and metro counties. He grew up on a farm. He has served on a presidential subcommittee for natural disasters. He has experience in port security, which he gained in his tour in Iraq. And he has extensive knowledge of water issues and is a small business owner. As you can see, every one of these issues affects either one or all of the counties, ranging from Harris County to Orange County and all of us in between. He's been endorsed by the Combat Vets for Congress, the National Defense PAC, many Tea Party, and religious and community leaders. He has the leadership ability to develop congressional coalitions, and I'm going to shorten this because I can see she's watching me. He wants to do away with the EPA. He thinks that local and state level agencies should be able to take care of that. He has the support of homeschool parents because he wants to see that we do away with the Department of Education and that local entities can take care of educating our children because our government is seeking to indoctrinate rather than educate. He's a fiscal conservative. He'll work to balance the budget. He's a consultant in the occupational healthcare industry, so he knows what Obamacare is doing. Time? Okay. There's much more I can say, but I want to say, please give us your support, give us your prayers, and he will serve us well. Thank you.
Would anybody from Dr. Babin's camp like to say a word?
I think Emily's going to pass out a few little brochures while I get up here. Oh, all right. I'm not sure that I need a microphone either. Hi, everybody. I'm Roxanne Babin. My husband is Brian Babin. He's a dentist here in Woodville. About 35 years ago, Brian and I came back from Europe after he served in the military and decided we wanted to live in a small town. So we started driving up the highway, looking for a place where we could have a garden and a gun. And we found these pretty hills of East Texas here in Woodville, Texas. And we have a garden, and we have a gun. And we had 5 kids, so we swelled the population when we moved in. We have 9 grandchildren, 6 of whom are back here living in Woodville. Woodville's been our home. Woodville's been good to us. Brian started a dental practice. One of the first things we did was go in and ask for a ballot to vote for a strong president, because we had been in the military in Germany when the Shah of Iran was deposed. Our pilot sat on the runway. We were under very, very high alert. And we saw what it was like for the rest of the world to look at us with a weak president. So we went in to ask for a ballot, and Ronald Reagan wasn't on it. We said, we'd like another kind of ballot, please. And they said, we don't have any. Brian said, well, we'll see about doing something like that. So he stood up for conservative values, worked in the Republican Party, blazed a trail in East Texas, and that was a long time. Sometimes we stood alone. But you know, telling Brian Babin that he shouldn't stand up and fight for what he believes in is just not the right thing to tell Brian Babin. And this day, today, our district is 70% Republican. Now, that doesn't mean that our conservative Democratic friends don't have it in their hearts. But read the platform, and then you'll know where you stand. So, anyway, we lived here for 35 years. We raised our children. They went to school here. Brian and I were from East Texas. We went to Lamar University. We went to the public schools of Woodville. Of Jefferson County in Beaumont. And our kids went to school here in Woodville. And our grandkids are now here, as I've said. So we've been here. We live here. We're part of you. We know your names. Brian sees patients all day long, patients from all walks of life. He is a dentist. He's not a politician. He listens to his patients. He talks to them about their problems. He works out a treatment plan. And then he finds a solution. And that's exactly what he plans to do in Washington. We need a new approach in Washington. You know, when Brian and I grew up, nobody questioned that America was an exceptional nation. America is still an exceptional nation, but we do not have exceptional leaders. It's time to change that in Washington. So if you remember nothing else that I said tonight, remember 3 things. Brian Babin is a dentist, not a politician. Brian Babin is a true conservative. He will work for you in Washington because he's proven it, that he's worked for you here in East Texas. And the other thing is Brian is from East Texas. We have a lot of candidates in this race. Some of them don't even live here. Some of them have never lived here. We have to have a strong voice for East Texas because the heart of America is still well and alive in our small towns, the small towns like Woodville. And we cannot lose that voice in Washington because it was the voice of the people like us. When it says we the people, that's us.
Amen.
Help Brian, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, get behind him. The one true voice for East Texas is Brian Babin. Thank you.
Should make a good political candidate.
Hi, I'm Lois Henderson. I'm Secretary of TBW. We had a number of people 3 and 4 weeks ago that were going to be here this evening, and this afternoon we had a number of people that said they couldn't make it. So I do want to appreciate those people that came today. We had worked very hard to get a good number of these politicians in here to speak, but of course we had to compete with Lone Star Republicans in Baytown. But Chuck Meyer gave me a quick call, and he asked me if I would just say a few things about him. He was very, very apologetic, but he was the Lone Star president for the Republicans. So they had asked him to please say a few words. Chuck is from Hardin County. He's a Rotary member, Ambassador Lumberton Chamber of Commerce. He began his career as an engineer at the Pentagon. He worked as a patent at the patent office. He's from Lumberton, married 31 years, 3 daughters, 16, 18, and 21. He's an assistant district attorney for Hardin County. He's a patent attorney in his private life. He moved to Texas in 1995. He worked for Compact as a patent attorney. He was a former executive with BlackBerry. He is endorsed by the Republican Liberty Caucus and the United Republicans of Hardin County. He worked on election law issues in Ohio during the Romney campaign in 2012. He is the past president of Lone Star Republicans, member of the Republican National Lawyer Association. His main ideas are oversight, integrity, accessibility are his key issues. He is pro-life, constitutional, conservative, who wants to shut down the regulatory state. He wants to stop continued violations of our privacy and our constitutional rights. He wants to use his cross-examination skills to grill the members of the Obama administration before congressional committees. Thank you.
Alrighty, I think that kind of wraps up everybody that's here. First of all, before we go into the question and answer session part of this forum, I would like to recognize our TBW members. I am the president. You've already met Lois Henderson. She's the secretary. Amy Bythewood, she is our scholarship chairperson. And we have Eileen over here. And then we have Sharon Fuller that we've already met. We've met both of them. Am I missing anyone? Fran and Marianne. I've missed them. And Lou. I'm sorry, I should have had a list. I'm so sorry. There we go. So I would encourage you, women, before you leave, to pay attention to our little table that we have over there. We do offer scholarships to the 5 school districts here in Tyler County. We try to recognize our girls, encourage them to be strong women, to be strong contributors back to their county, and to know why and what they stand for. So with that being said, if you would like to be a part of this organization, we can hook you up over there in that back corner. And also we have the Republican women. They have a table as well. So if there's an issue that you would like to talk to them about, or you'd like to be a member of the Republican committee, you can join there as well. So I've done all the housekeeping, I think. Again, thank you. If I don't get a chance to say that before you all leave, thank you for coming out. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. One thing I would like to say is we're raising the generation in the greatest place in the country. And we need to make sure that those kids know why they vote for who they vote. Not just because mom and daddy say so, they need to do their research. They need to know why they vote for what they do.